Hi, I get questions about what's new about direct democracy and why e-democracy, and they ask me about what will happen to referendum. Political philosophy of direct democracy was said to be standing in contrast to representative democracy, where sovereignty is exercised by a subset of the people, usually on the basis of what you guess election. However, it is said to be possible to combine the two into representative direct democracy. They are saying modern direct democracy was characterized by three pillars: initiative, somebody has to initiate; referendum, including binding referendums; and recall of the members of parliament or people who are in office. Referendums can include the ability to hold a binding referendum on whether given law should be scrapped or new law should be enacted, or this will effectively grant the populace or the voters a veto on government legislation. Recalls give the people the right to remove from office elected officials before the end of their term, or they can correct them. What happened, you know, about prime ministers are unable to act on even the biggest of compliance of MPs because of the lacuna, or the system is not that good. Now the time and space issues are already sorted out by internet and technology. The definition of direct democracy itself is changing. I would say direct democracy now is not in contrast to representative democracy. It becomes an inclusive form. I would say directly the concept of the three pillars are no more applicable in the true sense. There is less need for initiative, referendum and recall, as handing over of mandate to representatives and trying to control them through three pillars is absent. Here in the true e-democracy, I mean, there is no need to hand over the power to representatives. Representatives are treated as messengers. This is the big difference we are talking about. Now you hand over power to the MPs and they act on your behalf without consulting you. Now the equation has changed and they are treated as messengers. They don't need to think or decide alone. The wider public that we are or you are involved in the decision making process, involved in the government of the country. They govern the country and the MPs are helping them as in the capacity of messengers. The arguments against the previous version of direct democracy that of 1, scale; 2 is practicality and efficiency; the 3 is demogeneity and complexity is the 4th one; voter apathy is the 5th one; and 6th is self-interest; 7th is suboptimality; and 8th is manipulation of by timing and framing, that is when the decisions are made when the time is appropriate for the legislatures or whoever wants to have that enacted. These things have been almost addressed now. Emerges a commonly acceptable formula subject to fine tuning. I make it very simple reading from the point of constituents, that is you, the voters. You vote for an MP, for instance me, an independent candidate. We all agree that we register voluntarily for online e-democracy or e-polling. I'm elected and I go to the parliament. We got a website for Botany, say www.botany government New Zealand or www.botany organization New Zealand, whatever we create. It's not available now, we'll create that, which is secured and used only by Botany electorates. By default, all the electorates are registered and are given a separate email ID hosted by our secured systems. I make sure it's secure. All voters can log into their system with very secure log-in credentials that will be established. All the legislative proposals in the parliament, I mean all the proposals with their arguments for and against, are posted on the website. There is non-partisan common men, observers or ombudsmen who are appointed for our constituency, rotating every month from volunteers. So their job is to write precise pros and cons about the proposed legislation that is easily understandable manner. If we got in one or few papers, it will be interpreted in other languages that our voters want. If our constituents have got more Chinese, it will be available in Chinese. If they want in Hindi, probably it will be available in Hindi. So whatever the constituents want, it will be translated into the language, it will be available in the website, so anybody can read that, or it will be in a hearing, I mean it will be presented in a hearing manner as well. So we take care of eliciting information to the public. So now registered voters read these, they discuss and add pros and cons and their own reasons. Vote online by a click. You just go and click, and the results, individual voting patterns are fully non-identified. Make sure whatever you do on internet or whatever you decide about issue is not visible to others, so your confidentiality is maintained. So the whole Botany constituents now come to understand the whole decisions rather than individual decisions of each and every person. The MP votes in the parliament according to the majority of opinion. There is a distinction between majority votes and majority of voters. I prefer the choice and voice of majority of voters registered. To discuss and vote online requires time and effort by voters. But when we think that we are setting examples for the entire world, should we be proud about doing that? Yes, I think I should. I mean, you'll all be excited, I know. I believe if we can give some financial incentives to the constituency voters, the process will be accelerated. But I can't assure that. I'll ask for a government special funding to make it a prestigious proto project of the entire nation for other countries to follow. What I can do is I assure that I'll keep a low profile so that the achievement in this regard is projected to the entire nation rather than our constituency or me. So it gives a national color for that, so everybody takes it up. We should be proud about it. Again, the opportunity comes to us Botany voters to prove we are world leaders. You can put our constituency in all world history books as a first for e-democracy. We want to be first for e-democracy. Botany is the first for e-democracy. Choice is yours. Vote for me, Raj Subramanian, to bring e-democracy to your doors, or rather computers, I would say computers, by click of your mouse button. I'm here to take it head on, to follow up and bring it to you. Thank you.